So let me just screenshot real quick. Alright. So today's lesson is gonna be on tuple and sets. So these are basically two inbuilt data structures that help you manage and store collections of data. So if you ever need to store multiple data points, but they might be similar, like a list of things, you'd use these to store them. So these are pretty handy when you're dealing with larger data sets. So first, you're going to look at a tuple. A tuple is an ordered, immutable, unchangeable collection of items. Tuples are similar to lists, but unlike lists, they cannot be modified after creation. You define a tuple by placing elements inside parentheses separated by commas. So in simple terms, this is basically just a list. So you're gonna store multiple data. You're gonna store data sets basically, but the difference is over here. Once you've made the tuple, you can't change it anywhere else. So if you have to, if you want to change its content, you have to go back to the main tuple where you initialize it and then change it from there. You can't modify it anywhere. So this is good for when you're dealing with data that shouldn't be changed. So it can prevent you from changing the data by mistake or anything. So here's an example. So over here we have fruits and then parentheses because that's how you initialize a tuple. And then you have apple, banana, cherry. So over here there's a tuple of three elements. So apple, banana, and cherry. And if you want a single element, then you just do the same thing, but instead of writing two elements, you just write the one element you need. So how do you access elements in a tuple? The elements in a tuple can be accessed using indexes, just like arrays in C++ and Java. So if you guys have ever used C++ and Java or are familiar with the concept of arrays, it's the same concept here where you use an index to cycle through the elements in a tuple. So over here, so how indexes work, if you guys don't know, is so now we have three elements in this tuple. And indexes always start with a zero. So apple is at index zero, then one, banana is at one, and then cherry is at three, and then it keeps going on like that. So no matter what, indexes always start at zero. You gotta remember that. You ever know over here as well. So let's say over here, if you wanna access the element apple, then you just say print fruits and then square brackets. That's how you that indicates the index. So you say fruits as a tuple name and then square bracket 0. And over here, what's in index 0 is apple. So it's going to print out apple. Same if you want to banana, you do the same thing, but instead of the 0, you'd say 1 because banana is at index 1. And then for cherry, you do 2 and so on. So I have a quick problem here for you guys. You have to create a tuple colors, so tuple name colors, containing red, green, and blue, and then access the second element in the tuple. So basically, you're creating a tuple with three elements, red, green, and blue, and then you have to access the second element in it. So I'll give you guys roughly 5 minutes for this. This should be fairly easy. Let me know if you guys want to look at any slides.
Can you do slide number slide?
Sorry? 5?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Excuse me. Can you do 1 minute for slide 4? Then you can do 5.
All right, were you guys able to solve it? Does any need extra time? All right, I'm gonna assume you guys are able to solve it, so let's go over the solutions real quick. Um, yeah, okay, so the solution. So over here, you create a tuple named colors and add three elements to it. So just like we looked at over here, it's the exact same thing, except you're replacing the fruits with colors. So you have red, green, blue. And it says access the second element. So as we looked at for indexing, the first element is 0 and then the second element is 1. So over here we do the same thing, say print colors, and then in the index we say 1. So it's going to print out green because that's the second element. So this should have been fairly easy. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know, or else we can move on. So
Can you
yeah, sorry.
can you do phi number? I do not understand.
You want me to explain it again? Okay, so I'll explain it again. So elements. So basically what elements are is each data in a tuple. So over here, apple is one element, banana is one element, and cherry is one element. So let's say you do make a tuple of elements. So how would you access each element? So let's say from the fruits, if I just want to access banana, how would I do that? So if you want to do that, what you do is you use something called indexes. So index simply is just the location of where it is in the list. So over here, Apple has the index 1, Apple has the index 0, banana is 1, and cherry is 2. So that might be a little confusing, but you just got to know that in programming, indexes always start at 0, 0 being the very first element in the set. So over here, apples, since it's the very first one, it's at 0. The banana is at 1, and then cherry is at 2. So if I want to access banana, I'd say print fruits, and then in square brackets, I write the index, so basically the location of the element. So if I want to say, if I want to print out banana, I'd say print fruits, and then square brackets 1, because that's the location of the element banana, and it'll print banana. In this case, since the index is 0, it prints at apple. Same way in the solution, I'm trying to print the second element in the tuple. So you say index 1 because 0, 1, and then 2, that's how indexes work. So if you do that, then you get the output green because that's the second element. I hope you understand that now. Let me know if you still don't get it. I'll try to do a better job explaining. But yeah, let me know. Um, moving on. So here are some operations that could be useful for you. So indexing, we just looked at it. You just access elements by their position. So they always start from 0. The second operation that could be useful is slicing. So what slicing is you get a subset of elements from a tuple. So let's say you have apple tuple fruits with apple, banana, cherry, and date. But I just want to print out banana and cherry. How would I do that? So similar to indexing, slicing is basically you're cutting, it's like you slice something, you're cutting this into the parts you actually need. So how this works is you say print fruits and then square brackets because you're going to be using indexes. And you say 1, so that starts a banana, and then colon, and then you said 3. So how this works is slicing is a little weird, so this might be hard to understand at first. So how it works is the first element, the first index, is the index you want to include and you want to start with. So in this case, index 1 is banana because it's 0, 1, 2, 3. So index 1 is banana, and we need banana. So the first index needs to be 1. But for the second part of the index, this index is not included. It's going to consider the index just before this one. So if you say 1, 2, 3, 3 is not included. So it's really going to just print out 1 and 2. So over here is a 0, 1, 2, 3. So the third element is not included. So date would not be printed out. So it's just going to be 1 and 2. This is a little confusing, but that's just how it works. And with some practice, you'll get used to it. So over here it says print fruits 1 colon 3. So 3 isn't, if you remember, 3 isn't included. So it's just going to print 1 and 2. So your output is just going to be banana and cherry. Similarly, if this was like, let's say, if there's a fourth element here and you say 1 colon 4, then the fourth element would be printed, you get and what would actually be printed is banana, cherry, and date. So the last element isn't included. Um, then we also have length. Now length is pretty self-explanatory. If you use the length function, so you say print len and then in brackets whatever tuple you want to use, then it is going to print out the length of whatever tuple it is. So let's say fruits. So over here, fruits has one, two, three, four. It has four elements, so its length is four. So that's why if you use this and say length fruits, the output is going to be four because there's four elements in it. Um, so you also have concatenation. It's basically you combine tuples using the plus. So let's say if you have two elements and you're gonna combine them and make one big tuple, you just use the plus sign, similar to like addition and math, basically. So like over here in the example, you have a tuple named fruits as apple and banana, and then you have another one called more fruits as cherry and date. So if you just want to make one big one combining these two, you just define a new tuple and then make it equal and then fruits, so that's the first one, plus more fruits, that's the second one. So it's just like addition and math, you're just adding the two of them together. And if you print this big one, you're gonna get apple, banana, cherry, and date. So that's the two combined. So this is also pretty simple. It's just like math, you just gotta remember like addition. So let's move on to a practice problem. You have to create two tuples, so one and two. So the first one is going to consist of the numbers one, two, three, and the second one is going to consist of the numbers four, five, and six. And then what you do with these two is you combine them into a new tuple. So remember, you're going to have to do this. So you just use the addition sign, just like in math. So I'll give you 5 minutes for this. Let me know if you guys want me to look back on some slides or if you guys have any questions.
Can you go on number 9, please? We have to make first tuple 1, yeah? Okay. But in Visual Code application, we have to write like slide number 9.
Sorry?
In Visual Code, we have to write,
Yeah,
there
you're
is
gonna you're gonna do something similar to this. So you're gonna create the first one and then put the numbers in it instead of fruits, and then the second one do the same thing and then do this. So you make a third one and then you add the first two together.
okay. I have a fun doubt.
Yeah.
If there is a fruit, then we have to write fruits, yeah? And there is a number, then we have to write numbers.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So over here, the example uses fruits, but for the problem, you'll use numbers. You're gonna write like exactly those to initialize them.
Okay, yeah. Can you move in slide number 9?
It works in mine.
All right, I'll go over the solution real quick. Let me know if you guys need more time though. So this is pretty simple. You just create tuple one that is 1, 2, 3, tuple two that is 4, 5, 6. So you basically just copy this and then this to create both of them. And then just like we looked at for the fruit zone, you just make a third one, call it combined tuple, and then you make it equal to the tuple one plus tuple two. So it's just gonna combine the two of them to get the combined one, and then if you print that, you're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, this shouldn't have been too hard. I hope you guys are able to solve it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, we'll move on to sets. So what is set? A set is an unordered, mutable, so changeable collection of unique elements. Sets are defined by using curly braces or the set function. Since sets are unordered, they do not support indexing, slicing, or any of the sequence-based operations. So in simple terms, sets are basically like tuples, but except you can change them, and because remember you couldn't change the tuple, so you can change sets in this case. And when you're defining one, you use curly braces or the function set and then this bracket, and then you write whatever you want in the parentheses. Um, Also, sets are an unordered pair, so there's no specific order to them like tuples of indexing. There's no such thing for sets. So a lot of this tuple operations don't work for sets. So let's look at an example for creating a set. So over here, we're creating a set of fruits. So it's basically a tuple. You say fruits equals, but instead of normal parentheses, you're using curly brackets. So fruits equals an apple, banana, cherry. So you have a set that has apple, banana, and cherry in it. Um, Also, if you have a list of duplicates, when you create a set, the duplicates are removed. So that's probably easier to see over here. So you're creating a set called numbers, and then you have a list that has it's 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. But then if you put that in a set and then print out the set, the duplicates will be removed. So as you can see, it was 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. But in this case, the output just becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it removed the duplicate 2 and the duplicate 4. So it could be helpful in some cases. I can't think of a lot of uses for it though, but it's good to know in case you ever run into a problem regarding that. So it's good to know about it. So I'll give you a quick practice problem about it. It should be fairly simple. You have to remove the duplicates from the following list by converting it to a set. So this is the list. So numbers equals 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. So similar to this, actually I'll remove the numbers part. You have to make a list for it. So similar to the example over here, you just say numbers equals and then set brackets and then you put the list in it. So set brackets and the square bracket like this. So it shows that it's a list. And you just make it a set just like it's done over here and then just print that out. So I'll give you 5 minutes for that. It should be pretty simple.
Can you go on number slide 13? इसका अंधारा में तो पागल Can you zoom it?
Only 1 minute. Can you do 4? Then change it for 30. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I have a doubt.
Yeah,
You can see there is a 14 number slide. There is a number.
yeah.
There is a remove duplicate value.
Sorry.
There is a duplicate value.
Yeah, that's the point of the problem. You're gonna put this in a set and then remove the duplicates.
Okay.
Because you remove duplicate values from the following list. So if you put this in a set, it'll remove the duplicate values. That's the point of the problem.
Can you go on slide 13? It works in mine.
Okay, good. I'll just give Javier another minute and then we'll go with the solution. Okay, let's quickly go over the solution for this. So you create a list numbers and then you have one basically what are the set. You just input that in and then you create a set. So you a set called unique numbers and use the set function and then put the list numbers in it. And then if you print out the set, it will remove all the duplicates. So as you can see, you inputted basically 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. But then when you converted it to a set, it changed it to just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's how you basically create a set. And also if you ever need to do remove duplicates from a list, you could do that as well. So moving on, so just like tuple, there's other set operations. So you could add elements to a single, you could use the add function to add a single element, or you could use the update function to add multiple elements. So let's say you have a set, like over here we have a set fruits, and if you just want to add one single element to it, you can just say fruits dot add and then add a third element. So in this case, it's cherry. But if you want to add more than one element at a time, you could use fruits.update and then in square brackets you say the elements you want to add. So this is kind of the equivalent of you adding a list to a set. So you use fruits.update for multiple things at one time, and you use fruits.add for just one element. So as you can see, after doing this, if you print this out, you get apple, banana, and then cherry, which you use dot add for, and then update date and elderberry, which you use dot update for. Then you can also remove elements from a set. So to remove an element from a set, use the remove or discard function. The difference is that the discard doesn't raise an error if the element is not found. So what this means is if you have a set and you use the remove function, so let's say I have a set that has apple and banana in it, and then I use the remove function on the set and say remove like kiwi. then it's gonna raise an error because Kiwi doesn't exist in the set. But the discard function, if I say discard Kiwi, then it doesn't give an error because it doesn't matter if it's in the set or not. It just doesn't give an error. But if it is in the set, remove it. And if it's not, it just doesn't give an error. So generally speaking, discard is probably the better option here because you wouldn't have any errors. But it's also personal preference. We also have membership. So if you want to know if a particular element is in a set, use the in to check if an element exists. So this is pretty straightforward. We have a set fruits that has apple, banana, and cherry. And then if let's say I want to know if apple is in the set, so I just say print and then apple, that's the element, in, that's this part, and then fruits, that's the set. And then if I were to execute it, it's gonna output true because apple is in this set. But if I did the same thing but instead of apple, I said kiwi like over here. So kiwi and then in, that's this part, and then fruits, that's the set. It's gonna output false because kiwi isn't in this set, as you can see. So this is very helpful if you ever want to know if something is a part of a set or not. Um, yeah, so let's move on to a practice problem. So you have to create a set of animals. So it's going to be called animals and then equal to cat and dog. So it's just going to have two elements, cat and dog. And then what you have to do is you have to add fish to the set. So you're going to use this function. So you can use add or update to add the element fish to the set. And then also you're going to check if bird is in the set. So you're going to use the in function to check if bird is in the set. So I'll give you guys 5 minutes to work on this. It shouldn't be too hard. Let me know if you guys have any questions and if you guys want me to go to any slides.
Can you do 18 number slides? Oh, up. 17? Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'll go over the solution for this. So it's fairly simple. You just create a set called animals and then add cat and dog to it. And then to add fish, you use the animals.add function. So you say dot add and then fish. And if you print that, you get cat, dog, and fish. And then if you want to check if bird is in it, then you just use what we did here. So it's like print and then bird, and in this case it's kiwi and fruits. So in our problem it'd be bird and animals. And then since bird does not exist anywhere, it's gonna print out false. So this should be simple. Let me know if you guys had any questions about it. Others, moving on, we also have other set operations. So sets support mathematical operations like union, intersection, difference, and symmetric difference. So there's a quick summary for all of them on this. So let's see if a set A that has 1, 2, 3, and then set B that has 3, 4, 5. So union. So in math, what union means is it combines both of the sets together. So the union function is basically just the long straight line on your keyboard. So if you say print set A and then union set B, then you're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just like this, notice how even though there's two threes, there's no three repeating here. So you got to keep that in mind, because sets don't repeat. So there's that, and then you have intersection. So intersection basically says what element is common between the two sets. So just by taking a quick look at it, you can tell that three is in both the sets. So if you use the intersection function in Python, which is the and symbol, so if you say print set A intersection B, it's going to give an output of three because three is the common element in both of them. And then you have the difference. So it's elements, how it works is it's going to print out elements that are in set A, so the first element for first set, but not in set B. So if you say print set A and then hyphen set B, then it's going to output 1 and 2 because 1 and 2 are in set A, but they're not in set B anywhere. So that's how it works. It's always the first set minus the second set, if that's easier for you to remember. And then you have symmetric difference, so it's basically elements in either set, but not both. So it's kind of like the opposite of intersection, where it removes the elements that are common to both the sets. So as you can see, a three is in both the sets. So if you use symmetric difference, it's going to remove three. So you're just going to have 1, 2, and 4 and 5. So these are all pretty helpful operations, and it's good for you guys to know them. So we have a quick practice problem here. I'll give you guys 5 minutes, maybe more if you guys really need it, but it shouldn't be too hard. So you're gonna create two sets. So set A, so basically this, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have set B that has 3, 4, 5, 6. And then using the two sets, you're gonna find the following. So first, you're gonna find the union of set A and set B, then the intersection of set A and set B, and the difference between set A and set B. So I'll give you guys 5 minutes for this. Let me know if you guys want me to move back to the slide. Um, yeah.
Can you move 22 number slide? And what is the problem? Okay, now you can go 22 slide.
Can you go on slide 23 for a bit, and then you can just move back? Okay, you can move. It works in mine.
All right, so I'll quickly go with the solution here. So, like I say, you create the two sets, so set A and set B. And for the first one, for the union, what you're gonna do is you're gonna use the union function and then set A and B. So you're basically just gonna write exactly this. So print set A union set B, and then it's gonna give you a combination of both of them. And then for intersection, it's again exactly this. So I'm gonna say print set A and then the add symbol, which is intersection set B, and it's gonna give you 3 and 4 because 3 and 4 are the two common elements in both the sets. And then difference is what's in set A, but what's only in set A, so it's only unique to set A. So you just do set A minus set B, and then you're just gonna get 1 and 2 because 3 and 4 are in set B as well. So yeah, that's the lesson for today. Let me know if you guys have any questions. We did a pretty good job with the practice problems, and yeah, if you guys don't have any questions, you guys can feel free to leave.
No questions.
All right, then you can leave. See you guys next week.
Okay, bye.
See you.